So hi, this is Paul from Strung Too Tight.
Stephen here.
And unfortunately, Steve's idea was to come round to our friend's house, let the dogs play and go crazy behind us, which is happening.
So you've got Loki and Eddie.
You've got Loki, yeah. So it's actually kind of like me and Steve, really. It's like you've got a fat, sort of completely out of his depth guy, and then you've got an annoying little ginger whippet thing that's causing carnage.
He's good looking though, huh?
But I'd still rather do Eddie.
Who's going to win between Svitolina and Osaka?
Are we going to start now already?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've already said in an earlier post today that I think Svitolina's going to win in 2. I think Osaka's run is about to come to an end.
She's not in the best of form now. I know she's just won Dubai, but she didn't have much form before that and was the draw. She played the strongest of players. Obviously, you can only beat who's in front of you, but
you know these two are the 2 most recent winners of tournaments. So it's actually a bit unfortunate they've met so early in Miami.
Is it unfortunate?
Yeah. Oh, why? Because you want to take one of them out so that somebody else has got a chance. Is that
no,
your
I
chain
think
of
this
thought?
is what's exciting, isn't it? That these matches are being thrown up.
I think what's exciting is watching these two just batter each other. But no, I think it'll be interesting. I like the thought of Osaka winning again, but I think Svitolina's going to have too much for her.
I'm going to go for Osaka in 3. Even though Svitolina is one of my favourite players.
Well, yeah, I mean, you went out for a drink with her.
Yeah.
And thanks for those who commented, by the way, because
really appreciate it.
It was quite a pleasant surprise. I mean, we literally weren't even going to post it. I was kind of talked into it by that, and so yeah, they posted it, and it took ages.
One of the questions actually we got through is, say, Malik Jaziri, for example, beats Dimitrov, has a great run. Was he get to the 3rd round?
No, he got to the semis.
Semis?
The semis.
Got to the semis. Goes to a challenger the next week and loses to 238th in the world. Why? How? Some people aren't sure. I mean, I think we both know the answer, but when you explain why that's quite common.
It's like you're raising your game, isn't it, when you've got nothing to lose? And I think all of a sudden Malik Jaziri would have had a lot more pressure on him, and yeah, he's not used to it. Semi-finals of Dubai is incredible. I remember probably before your time actually. Barry Cowan got 5-setter with Sampras at Wimbledon.
Greatest ever achievement in his history. I know Barry fairly well from Lancashire days. So.
Oh, of course, yeah, I forgot. Well, I know him from playing in the West Cheshires and whatnot.
County level.
You're such an idiot. You're such a plank.
County's good for you.
Yeah, I know. County's great. Yeah. Just remind me which country you played for. Oh, okay, no, okay.
UK.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Gary. When he played that, Barry Cowan, played superbly, played way out of his level, and the following week, I think he was in either Sunderland or Bristol, playing a challenger and getting killed. And I think it's just it's just raising your game. Jaziri, I don't want to take anything away from his achievements. He was incredible during Dubai, but I kind of think
Is he 34?
Yeah, he's
34, 35.
Is he that old?
I think he is that old. Yeah.
God, he's catching up to me.
50, remember? Happy birthday.
50,
yesterday, was it?
50 yesterday, apparently, yeah. 44, thank you.
I'm actually intrigued with Kokkinakis versus Federer. Obviously Kokkinakis has some time on the sidelines. He's coming back. He's picked up some wins. He's going to go for it, and I don't think he's going to be overruled by the situation.
Of all the Aussies, we know I love Kyrgios. We've spoken about that, but I do love Kokkinakis. I think he's brilliant the way he plays, but he's got nothing to hurt Federer. I mean, that's a comfortable win. The one I'm really looking forward to is seeing how Nishikori's playing.
Well, it could be Nishikori Del Potro, potentially.
If they get there. And if we get through this podcast without these dogs destroying the camera, because, they're still going for it. Yeah.
I wasn't really going to maybe bring this up today, but I think we should do it.
Go on.
So we spoke a little bit last week about how can we prolong players' careers, less injuries. This might be slightly controversial, I'm not sure, but I think we should get rid of clay court tennis.
And I don't.
Wow. Shall I give you some reasons why?
You can. I mean, I'm not going to pay any attention to them.
Most injuries are occurred on clay.
Absolute garbage.
It is most injuries on clay.
Can't be true.
It is.
It's not.
It's the toughest surface by a mile.
Okay, so that's why Nadal, who Mr. Injury Man, always gets injured when he's playing in hard
because
courts.
he misses 8 months of the year and just gets ready for the clay.
So that's your argument, they get injured too much though?
Well, everybody gets into too much. One, you can't see the ball. So as a spectator, when you're watching on the TV, you can't see the ball. I think that's true. Obviously, Madrid tried it with the blue clay.
Terrific, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the Grand Slam is in Paris, in France. That kind of says it all. Have you ever been
to Paris? Yeah, I've been to Roland Garros about 5 times.
Yeah, it's rubbish.
It's wonderful.
It's the greyest venue I've ever seen. It's boring. They have snails instead of popcorn or strawberries and cream. I just think, obviously you can get to world number 1 without the clay season, as Roger Federer's
you get to number
proved.
1 with the clay court season and nothing else, as Nadal proved. I'm only joking, I'm teasing. But
in fact,
look, okay, the reasons why you shouldn't. Okay, it's great to have all the different surfaces, in my opinion. I'd lose grass. I hate the grass. I love playing on grass when I was a player, but I hate watching grass court tennis. It's garbage. It's garbage.
Well, you want to sit there for 6 hours watching the clay court match?
Goodness. You want to just watch like 2 to 3 stroke rallies and that's it, yeah? Serve and volley, finish.
Shot creativity on grass. The greatest matches, when you think about them in the history of tennis,
I've been on hard courts.
I disagree. Wimbledon. What's probably what does a lot of people say is the greatest match and the greatest
Wimbledon
final
2008, the greatest final ever. I personally disagree. I would say that the Djokovic-Nadal 2011 Australian Open was unreal.
So what surface was that on?
Okay, if we're going to talk, if you want to say that, then I would say the Graf versus Hingis final was incredible. Graf versus Selesh final was also incredible.
The crowd.
Henin versus several players, because Kuznetsova springs to mind.
Borg McEnroe. Greatest tiebreak in the history of tennis.
Yeah, it was. So all we're doing is just basically saying that there's some great matches being played on that surface.
No, but when you think about look at Bjorn Borg, no one talks about his clay court victory. He's always showing him the highlight reel at Wimbledon.
Well, that's because you don't understand French. They're probably talking about it loads in France.
Yeah, exactly. No one's listening.
So what are you saying
I think they should get rid of clay court tennis players. We'll have the careers prolonged. I don't think people enjoy watching it. It's got the lowest viewing figures and numbers of any Grand Slam. Yeah, I've looked it up.
Really?
Indian Wells gets more people in.
Indian Wells gets more than anybody in, except for the US Open.
And Wimbledon.
And Australia now, because Wimbledon and Australia are very similar.
I think they're trying to find ways of sorting out the schedule and the program and stop players get injured.
Slightly changing topic. I actually got another comment which said that wearing caps in these kind of things is really stupid and it's a definite no-no. And yet again, you've gone for it.
Well, I'm promoting the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championship.
And
we're doing a little bit for our own tournament. No?
If anyone was watching as well, the day after we did our first podcast, oh, dearie me, look at that. That's
that would not be allowed on YouTube. Yeah. What's going on over there?
Yeah, what's currently happening right now is 2 dogs trying to make a third, it seems.
Hang on. Why should we have clay court tennis?
Why should we have clay court tennis? As I said, because I think it's great that we have all the variations. I think it's great that we kind of go into a part of the season now where it should theoretically be completely different people winning. It probably will be completely different people winning.
Rafa Nadal.
What's Rafa Nadal won this year?
He wins pretty much every clay court tournament for the last 10 years.
Different people winning from as the year goes on. Nadal's not won anything this season.
And I guarantee he'll win all the clay court tournaments.
Guarantee you won't. Is this another one you want to put a bet on or whatever you want to call it?
Who's going to beat him?
Where you I'm going to wear a Liverpool top on it. No.
Did you accept the challenge?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Well, did you?
Yeah.
How? When?
I don't have to go on camera and say that.
Did you message me saying you accepted the challenge? You didn't accept the challenge.
Any excuse. Okay.
I think I'm right with the clay court season.
No, not in the slightest bit. I actually really enjoyed the clay court season.
Take it away and just give them a break.
I enjoy the clay court season. I enjoy watching the matches. I think the clay court season is better than the grass court season.
90% of.
I would say that people get more injured going from clay to grass because of the slippiness. And
exactly. So just get rid of the clay
and just make it all grass.
Give them a break. Rubbish. Why can't you give them a little break?
You don't talk some garbage sometimes.
I don't know. I think people would agree.
Okay. Well, let's see what people say.
Give them a mid-season break, maybe.
We'll see what people say. I'm pretty sure that people have a comment.
What do you think of how can I phrase this? WTA tennis on a clay court.
Ostapenko.
Okay, yeah.
That's probably my answer.
She's
to
5
that.
in the world, you know.
Yeah. It's amazing.
How? I can barely remember her winning matches. She's number 5 and 0. I didn't even know she could have actually got to world number 1 during the Australian Open.
Could she?
Yeah.
Mind you, because
Obviously,
if
if-
Serena had already... Yeah,
I think there was 97 other women who could have got to world number 1.
the shocker for me was how far Serena is down. She's like 500 in the world.
Well, she didn't play for a calendar year, did she?
Yeah, I know, but Serena Williams 500 in the world. I mean, gosh.
Do you think she should... James Blake came out, didn't he? Tournament director from Miami.
Don't agree with this at all.
Well, hang on, let me just say, in case you don't know, he
Okay.
thinks that people who've sat out for pregnancy should be protected, especially world number 1s or, you know, the better players, that they should be protected and come in as a seed.
Well, look, I'm gonna go through 2 points on this. Last year at Wimbledon, Mandy Minella played Wimbledon 4 months pregnant, wasn't she?
Yeah, 4.5.
4.5 months pregnant, which I categorically disagreed
Well,
with.
okay, yeah.
The reason I categorically disagree with that is because Nick Kyrgios was getting slated, and so was Tomic, and I hate Tomic, but Kyrgios was getting slated for just saying, well, I'm just going through the motions type thing, and Mandy Minella was clearly just going through the motions.
Yeah.
But because she's pregnant, let's not say anything, because how dare I say anything? Because I've never been through 4 or 5 months pregnant. I don't know if you have.
Not yet.
But for me, that was wrong. If you're pregnant, I actually don't think you should be allowed to play.
Why not?
Purely based on the fact of just the medical possibilities that could come from it. You could fall. And, surely it seems weird that I'm defending this, and yet imagine if I just said, if you're pregnant, you should have to work no matter what until you give birth. You should be working. But no, I think it's the opposite. I think if you're pregnant, then I don't think you should be allowed to play. I think certainly as well for the opposition, it must be quite difficult to play against a
Well, if
pregnant
she comes
lady.
to the net, you ain't aiming for her,
Well,
are you?
yeah, so there's that aspect. So she did that, and then here we are now with Serena having the birth and obviously having so many complications, and no one mentioned it when Mandy Minella was playing.
Because it's Serena.
And it's Serena, and because she's the greatest ever female player of all time.
Azarenka, I don't think she was...
I don't think she got any special treatment either. She was playing well. Did you see that?
She's, was it 3 in love?
Killed Bellis. Killed. I mean, it did look like men versus men versus boys, or
Woman against
women
girl.
versus girl. But yeah, I mean, shit, that was impressive from her. And last week she killed Heather Watson. Gutted.
Actually, a little shout out to the Brits at Miami. Got through some qualifying. Cameron Norrie, Liam Brody.
Got through. Yeah, he's got through his first round. Cameron Norrie
results.
didn't, unfortunately. But yeah, and
Heather
got through in the doubles.
In the double,
She's won her first round doubles as well, which is great. But obviously, we're not being biased.
Come on, the Brits.
Come on, Brits, definitely. And Djokovic lost in the doubles yesterday, and he seemed to come through pain-free. So maybe my theory that he ain't coming back is going to go out the window.
Yeah, but that's doubles. Let's see what happens when he's losing a singles match. I'm sure that elbow will get a little bit sore. He'll need the trainer.
Get the oil out.
Maybe the eyes might go a little bit funny as well. But I was told actually with Djokovic, a mutual friend of ours, Milan, who obviously is Serbian, knows a lot of those guys.
All Serbians know each other.
All Serbians. Yeah. His only was 12. But he was telling me that Djokovic has changed his diet radically. Like he's completely vegan. Completely vegan, gluten, everything out, and he's lost a few kilos. So I'm wondering if he gets into those deeper stages of matches, is his body really functioning in the right way?
Well,
where's he getting his energy from?
Everyone's questioning that when he went gluten-free and did the changes in 2000.
He was still eating meat though.
Is he?
Yeah.
I mean, I've said it on this. For me, he ain't coming back. He's not going to be coming back and he won't win a Grand Slam again. He's not going to win a Grand Slam. And like Murray and like Wawrinka, I'm just worried how far these guys are going to be able to last. Because it comes back to what we were talking about even in the last one, and I'll touch on it again. Is that you just talked about the injuries, okay? The injuries are coming because these guys are having to push themselves to such a level now that the body can't take it.
Well, that's what I was talking about when I mentioned about the weighting game with the youngsters. I don't think they are willing to risk pushing themselves. Like you made the point, Murray, Djokovic, Wawrinka pushed themselves, sacrificed everything, and still didn't, obviously maybe Djokovic aside, still didn't really dominate for years on end. Obviously, Djokovic plays probably the best stretch of tennis maybe I've ever seen ever.
2011. was pretty incredible.
Probably the highest level we've ever reached, but sustained. And everybody was talking about he's going to surpass Federer. Obviously, it hasn't happened. I think these youngsters, like you say, they've seen the physicality side of things and what you actually need to do to try and get to number one. And it's not worth it yet, because what if I give everything and I don't make it?
Well, changing it slightly, I want to do a little bit of an apology. Not to you though, obviously.
Why do you want to? Why?
I want to apologise about the things that I said about Osaka's interview, because as much as it was the worst, and even she said it was the worst. The press conference afterwards, although it was awful, it was quite funny. I mean, she's not coming across as the brightest of sparks. I'm sure she's far brighter than she comes across.
Another apology next week.
Yeah, probably have to apologize. But she's. I went on her Instagram, I went on her Twitter and whatnot, and I like her even more now. I
think she's gained a lot of fans.
Yeah.
She's put herself on the map, which in the modern world, that's what you need to do. You don't need to always be the best tennis player to be the most marketable.
And as I've said, I just will not have it. And they oh gosh, there you go. I wonder if I can do this.
No, otherwise we'll get taken off.
Will it? Oh, hello. There you go. I don't know if you can see that there. Yeah, there we go.
I like Osaka.
I think she's lovely. It was still the worst speech I've ever seen in my life.
But at least she was.
I'm a bit worried that. Do you reckon this is actually in the right place?
As long as it's pointed towards me.
Let me just check and see. There we go.
As you can see, well thought out.
This is his idea.
Podcast. Yeah,
this is his idea. I was happy to wait for a couple of days, but there we go. But look, I think we probably better.
I think we've done well with time.
Yeah, so we'll stop at that. We'll see. I'll have a look at it and see if we post it later. But guys, what I would like to ask, and I'm sure you will agree, the comments that we did receive were really, really well received, and we just want to try and make it better. We want to make it interesting, and
any comment is a good comment on our part.
Well, unless you're going to insult me. I mean, you can insult him because look at him. Can everyone please comment on the fact he shouldn't wear a cap, so we can see that he's almost as bald as me. But
I've just got these bits.
But yeah, if anyone's got any nice comments or awful comments or anything, then
if you agree with or disagree with any of our points, obviously we'd love to know. That's kind of, I think, one of the reasons I know I'm certainly doing this, and Paul would agree, is just to get people thinking. If we can get one person to think about maybe what we've said,
just to talk about the game. I mean, I think the one thing that for me was the reason why I wanted to do it is that Steve and I have got such a love of tennis. We like football and everything like that, but football is like 99% of the podcasts and stuff is all about football or things like that, and there's not that much going on about tennis. There is if you search and whatnot, but sorry, I think one of the dogs is about to die. I think the me version of the dog is about to die.
Just quickly, Floyd Mayweather getting his MMA license. Surely he cannot fight in the octagon in the UFC. Well, certainly against McGregor. He will die. McGregor will kick him in the head, and then it's no good being hundreds of millions of dollars if he can't breathe.
Look, I have a very simple opinion about this. I don't care, because as much as I love UFC and MMA, I didn't buy into the boxing fight. I just thought it was a joke. It was pantomime. This is going to be more pantomime. Conor McGregor will kill him. He won't kill him. He'll put him to sleep.
Well, they're talking about maybe CM Punk versus FloydMayweather. I don't know if you're into UFC or any of this stuff. Obviously, we always digress a little bit. I'm a big UFC fan.
It's a very sort of particular market, isn't it? But look, if that happens, then I'll watch it, but I certainly won't pay to watch it.
Anthony Joshua in the UFC.
I'm interested. Oh God, no!
He's been talked about $500 million the UFC wants to offer.
That's because people will buy into it. It's like right.
You wouldn't watch it.
No, but it's like Donald Trump saying, "Oh, I'd like to have a shot at Brock Lesnar." In a proper UFC, people would buy into it. So it stops being about the actual sport, and it just being about just going in the park and watching people fight.
What if Donald Trump won?
Yeah, that's why we have these conversations. Anyway, look, I'm gonna go because the dogs are here right now underneath us. Probably one's chewing on the other one's face. Hopefully we'll be doing another podcast on Monday, I think.
Yeah.
Is it Monday we're going to do? and we'll be able to discuss what's gone on in Miami. But thanks very much for everything, guys.
All the comments and likes and shares.
And follow us on Instagram at Strung2Tight.
Yep.
What do we got? What else have we got? We've got
hang on, let me think. Hit the subscribe button on the YouTube page.
I was going to say, well, you can't do that. I don't know how to put that up on the. But anyway, what else are we on? Facebook, aren't we? Well, no, we haven't done the Facebook page yet, have we?
Not yet. There is one we need to slightly change it, so just bear with us.
Yeah. Anything else?
What do you mean you can't subscribe on YouTube?
No, because you put a thing there, don't you, to say, and you press. Subscribe.
It's on there. We've got subscribers.
All right, just show.
You can't do it because it's on the channel.
I'm not explaining that. I'm just not doing a very good job because I'm stupid when it comes to this.
Well, I'll agree with that.
Obviously.
That's no problem.
There we go. Anyway, thanks very much, guys.
Enjoy your evening.
Take care.
Dicen en la calle sobre mí y no te voy a negar.